Hey guys, welcome back to another weekly analysis on the School Trading channel. We're just going to be actually looking at the recaps and what we could actually be expecting following in through the week. This is dollar index as we do see now currently. I was previously so anticipating that we would see bullish momentum pushing to the upside as we are rejecting this weekly. Just let me, as we are rejecting this weekly trend line, just zoom out on the weekly. It's on the weekly, it's actually the monthly. Yeah, this monthly trend line right here. As the trend is pushing to the upside, so we are pushing to the upside, as you can see. We did close the month with a really strong bullish candlestick. So for this month, we could potentially see maybe a push retest in testing this monthly level right here and pushing to the upside as is, which is what price is this on the monthly? 98.507. So we could potentially just get a little bit of a retest right here and then a push to the upside and just finishing off and creating this wick. So as we zoom in onto a weekly, as you can see, we are strongly rejecting this monthly trend line. If you do zoom in on the daily time frame, we are seeing here that this is a really strong support. This is a really strong level in the sense of demand. So we could be anticipating that we could see a retest, as I did explain, and then a push to the upside. What I am looking at right now is, so is kind of a W pattern that's actually forming. We just failed to not necessarily reach this level to the top right here. So we're going to see retest. So I push up to 106.147. That is the level that we're going to be kind of just like visualizing as is. So just waiting off and actually seeing on how things actually play out fundamentally. So because I think August is going to be a really great week in terms of seeing on how negotiations go about in terms of tariffs between Trump and I think the 6 countries, one is Switzerland, India, the EU as well too, overall as a whole, Russia, China, and I think there's Canada as well too. So we'll see on how things actually play about within this week. Well, within this month actually, because it's going to be a really volatile month. As last month was actually quite volatile as well too. So we're just going to go into US100. US100. So we were actually expecting a bit of bullish momentum pushing to the upside. We did actually experience a little bit of push to the upside, but we didn't get much in play to that. So what we could be anticipating. So what I am expecting for NASDAQ is, because I've actually placed out these trend lines as is and also the levels highlighted in each and every single zone. If we do zoom out on the daily, I think I just want to actually make things a little more clear for you guys to see. We have been actually breaking through with really strong bearish candlesticks pushing to the downside. So either or we could see a little bit of a retest in either these two trend lines, which are visually showing as is in the break-in structure of the bullish trend. So what I am anticipating overall as is that if we can maybe see a bit of a retest and rejection within this level here. So now that we've actually dropped this zone could be a level where we could bounce off and then retest and break through. Let me just zoom out on the daily, just retest. And then retesting this level right here, which is around 22,133, or we could potentially actually find a level within this zone right here where we could actually come back and then retest. So these are two areas actually in specific where I will be actually looking into sell positions, as we are confirming that we are fully within we are fully within a bearish structure move. So these are two areas where I will be actually kind of seeing and looking out for sell positions, depending on how things actually do play about. We're moving in through the week, so we'll see on how things actually go and play about. But I know very well much so that once we reach this level, we could see a potential bounce and then a push straight to the upside, around 22,133. And because this, if you can see, there's a really strong resistant level around this level, which keeps rejecting this zone right here, which is around that 22,133 level. So we will be waiting and seeing on how things play about with NASDAQ overall. NASDAQ has been a little choppy as of recent, but I haven't been dabbling in it as much as is compared to how US30 is actually playing about, which we'll be diving in right now. So as you can see, US30, we have officially broken this daily zone right here, this outer trend line, which is right here. So we were really on a strong bullish trend for like maybe the past couple of months or so, starting from April. Yeah, from April. End of April, pushing end of April. We've been really in a strong bullish momentum, pushing to the upside. So currently, as this trend line has been broken, so now we zoom in onto a 4-hour, where we are going to be looking at certain levels where we could be expecting a bit of rejection. So overall, I am seeing kind of just a bearish move, because I am kind of seeing a bit of the bigger picture that I'm actually kind of seeing is a bit of like an M formation. There was kind of like negative divergence on this level here, I think on the daily time frame, as is based on my indicators and how I saw that. And then I am expecting either this level to be a really high significant level in terms of rejection, where we could potentially break straight down to maybe 20 or 41,784, or a break in maybe us reaching this level and rejecting this zone right here and pushing straight to the downside. So there could be two things, well, not two things, but two levels where I'm going to be actually looking for them to actually reaching and seeing. So this level currently as is now, price is obviously kind of just moving within that zone as is. So we'll have to just kind of just wait and see how things actually play about. But in my opinion, I really think that this zone right here will be a really strong level, and this neck bouncing in between like this zone right here will be the official neck of the M formation and pattern, and then we'll see a straight push down to decline. in dropping, because there are expectations that we are possibly going to be seeing maybe a 5 10% decline in overall move within indices or stocks. So I'm just going to pull this out right now. So right now, from this level of high, we are down minus 3.67%. So approximately we are aiming for at least maybe seven-ish. So that's what I'm saying, is that 41,000.77 could potentially be a really big zone in terms of the continuation bearish trend to the downside as is. Because from my experience, August and September are really kind of just like months where we do see a bit of bearish momentum kick in, and there is quite a lot of volatile movement within those 2 months. So we'll see on how things actually kind of just play about. And then October, things actually just come back up in terms of like third quarterly earnings. And then we continuously just see the kind of like a pickup in momentum as moving forward. So we'll see on how things actually play about and go. But this is my level overall, just looking at the bigger time frame and how things are actually gonna play out with US30. US30 has been really just behaving very well enough. I mean, from a time that it really kind of just broke through, I saw this candlestick retest within this level here and then straight drop. This was a really, really crazy drop. And then yeah, come back and touching this level, which was like 43,288, and continuation. I think potentially what I am going to be expecting is just kind of this bearish momentum within the next month or two. And then with Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin has been raging for quite some time. As you can see, Bitcoin has been ranging for a very, very, very long time, especially within these zones right here. I think I need to actually delete this because this is not a valid area. It's because of wicks. So if you're able to actually see kind of just like the wick rejections within the zone right here, see this very, 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 very strong wick rejections. What's happening within this level right here? So what we could potentially be expecting, because also this is a very strong crucial level which has been rejected as is. So I still think that we could potentially drop slightly lower. So when you do zoom in onto weekly, my level is approximately around this zone right here. This level right here is a very crucial zone, around 112,114, where we could see another drop in Bitcoin declining, because apparently China has kind of banned Bitcoin again. So I don't think there's going to be very much strong bullish sentiment in the sense of seeing Bitcoin push to the upside. So could potentially see price come through, reject, and bounce off of this level, which is right here, and then a continuation push up. So this is what I will be expecting as is. So bounce right here, then a push straight up to 125k as is, or maybe even much higher to possibly 130 grand. So I think potentially this could be a really good move for us to really create that pullback. I don't think from this level significantly so we will see a push to the upside, but as is from the previous video that I did explain, that there's this ranging area right here, based on also the pattern that I actually kind of just like played out for you. If you can just go back and check the previous video, I was expecting a bearish momentum pushing to the downside, so we are going to potentially be coming through. Actually, it wasn't 1112, it was actually 107,148. So around this level, yeah. So yeah, my apologies. I think that's a correct level where I will be expecting kind of just a really good rejection within that zone, and then a straight push to the upside, getting into 130,000 with Bitcoin. But yeah, I think that's just my outlook on how we are going to be seeing everything as is, because the dollar is really strengthening in price. We are going to be seeing a bit of bearish momentum within some of the indices, and as well too, I think with crypto as well, overall as is. So to also just give you a bit of like an outlook on what I'm actually seeing also for the week in terms of earnings. Pfizer's releasing their earnings as well too, very big company. Have a look out on that. Uber, Shopify, McDonald's as well too, Sony, very big. So we could be potentially seeing just really volatile moves within the open or the close of the New York session, as is based on just the overall outlook on how things are actually going to be looking out for the indices as I analyze. So yeah, go onto our page. This is our Instagram page. Please do follow. We do also drop really knowledgeable and just fundamental insight in terms of what we are looking at within the markets. There are also as well to just a bit of technical analysis information that you can just dive into and also see based on the scoop trading page. And yeah, please do like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube channel, and let us know on your outlook and see on what you think on how the markets are looking like as is. We would gladly really appreciate that from our side. Hope this video was very much so informative to you, and a profitable week ahead to anybody that's watching this video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.